I'm going to move our 12.5-inch lefty-righty square, our 9.5-inch lefty-righty square, our 6.5-inch lefty-righty square, our 4.5-inch lefty-righty square, our 24-inch long lefty-righty ruler, our 3.5-inch by 9.5-inch lefty-righty ruler, our Easy Rule Junior, our Easy Rule, and our 6.5-inch Easy Square out of the way while I show you how to cut. What I'm going to use for cutting is our lefty-righty 6.5 by 12.5-inch ruler. I'm putting down a cutting mat, and I have two little quilts that you could use as a placemat or a little doll quilt that show piecing with squares. I'll put those out of the way. In addition, I have a placemat that was used just with strips. You can just cut strips, sew them together, and make a really quick placemat. Before I start cutting, I want to show you our lefty-righty ruler and why we call it lefty-righty. We have black numbers going from right to left on the ruler, top to bottom, and then if you turn it around, you'll see it's again right to left and then top to bottom. Those are the black numbers that you use if you are right-handed. The red numbers you use if you're left-handed, and they go from left to right, top to bottom, again left to right, and top to bottom. Now I'll show you how that works when you're cutting your fabric. If you're right-handed and you're cutting strips, you will have your fabric to the right of the ruler. As you can see here, I've aligned the edge of the straight edge of the fabric with the 2-inch mark on the ruler. My fabric is off to the right, and when I cut with a rotary cutter, I will cut a 2-inch strip. Now when I align my ruler with my fabric, I make sure that my horizontal line of my ruler is always on the fold of the fabric, that my edge of the fabric is aligned with the line on the ruler, the size of the strip that I want to cut. I hold my ruler down and I cut with a rotary cutter. I've pre-cut a strip here that's 2.5 inches wide. Now if you're left-handed, I'm going to move my ruler over, and your fabric will come off to the left of the ruler. Again, I'm going to align it with the 2-inch mark. I'm going to make sure that my horizontal line is aligned with the fold of my fabric, and the vertical line is aligned with the edge of the fabric. Left-handed, you're going to cut with your left hand with the rotary cutter. This particular rotary cutter is not set up for left-handed, but there are many rotary cutters that are. And you're going to cut along the left edge of the fabric, or I'm sorry, the left edge of the ruler, and you will have your strip. Now, I fold my fabric. This is the fabric as it comes off the bolt. I fold the selvage to the fold because I have short arms, and I like to have more control over the surface area that I'm cutting. But that's how simple it is. Any size you need, including 1/4 inches, 1/2 inches. You're just going to align, our rulers are marked with 1/4 inches, and vertically you have 1/4 inch marks. You have 1/8 inch marks for both left-handed and right-handed running the length of the ruler. So if you have to cut 1/8 of an inch strip, 1 1/8, 3 1/8, whatever, you will then align it with the 1/8 inch mark up here and the 1/8 inch marks that are going down vertically down the ruler. And that's how easy it is. The other thing I want to make sure that everyone knows is when you're using a ruler, and I always emphasize that, use the ruler in the right reading position. So I have the ruler in front of me, and I'll turn it so that the camera can catch that view. You're going to use the ruler as you're looking at it, reading a normal left to right position. You don't want to turn it upside down. You don't want to turn it backwards. You always want to have it positioned so that you're reading left to right as you would in any book. And that's how easy it is.